Hello.
Welcome
To Roses and
Thorns.
I'm Ryan.
And I'm Kelly.
We're going to talk at you about The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Week 3.
Week 3.
Yeah. Okay.
So, any news at the top?
I heard, well, it's not big news, but Heather and Cassie went to the same school. I'm assuming at the same time.
Oh, really? Like high school?
I think college.
College. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's how they, I don't know, at least bonded because they went to the same school.
I didn't notice interactions between them.
I think I saw them.
Cassie is the one that Heather, like, quote unquote, confided in about never kissing anyone before.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So I guess that would make sense that she would feel comfortable telling her that.
Someone
if
like a little
they
bit
knew
closer
each other.
or something like that.
So when you had first told me this, for some reason I imagined high school.
Okay.
And so then I was like, yeah, of course they had to have known each other or like known
went to the same
of
high
each
school?
other. But college, it's very likely that they have never crossed paths before and they maybe have only now bonded over the fact that they both went to the same college.
Yeah.
That's possible.
That's just random.
Yeah, that's random.
I mean, I think it's more random than having to Miss Alabama and
Miss USA.
Miss USA. Oh,
More or less random?
I think less random.
I think it is less random than having two.
Like, I'm
Miss
pretty
USA, 'cause
sure-
there's only like 50 Miss State USA people from 2018.
Especially when they competed against each other.
Yeah.
I think it's like
Yeah,
even
from the
less
same
like they're like,
year.
ooh, who has beef? Or like, ooh, guess what? They both were in here. Like, ooh, I don't know. Maybe they like recruited one of them to be on the show or something like that.
Yeah.
When like one's like, ooh, that's a plot line.
I mean, and who knows? They could have like still been friends when they like.
Oh, when they applied
casted.
together?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah,
could have been
totally.
like a thing where they're like, wouldn't this be fun?
Yeah, and then like they have a falling out, and then they both get picked for some reason, like somehow. Yeah, I guess it would be even a good plot story if they both got along really well too.
If they're like great friends who are now competing for the same man, like that's still good TV.
I think that is too.
Yeah.
It's less drama, but it's still a good story.
It's different drama.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it's absolutely less drama because it could easily become
Okay.
like we could like easily be like watching the demise of their friendship, you know?
I see. Yeah, totally. Do you have news?
So I tweeted this. I don't know if you saw it or if you saw it on Reddit or whatever, but do you remember pre-season when we thought we had a spoiler that a woman like dumped Colton on the show?
Okay.
That a woman like rejected him and went home.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure that didn't happen.
Why is that?
And that what it was Annie, who went home last week 2. So she apparently Snapchatted a picture of herself with the caption, "When you dump the bachelor because he's weird as shit and are headed back to normal happy life without psycho people." Well, we saw no breakup. I can't say it didn't happen, but she was in
Anna.
the rose ceremony. Annie. She was in the rose ceremony and just didn't receive a rose. So regardless of what happened, what kind of conversation they might have had, she didn't dump him. She didn't get a rose.
Yeah. Maybe she was talking about somebody else, but I don't know.
I mean, it was a
That seemed-
picture of her. It looked like she was laying in an airport.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. I don't remember her at all.
yeah, I think that she didn't get much airtime because the producers were mad at her for Snapchatting that.
Oh, sure. Oh, sure.
Right? So they're like, well, then let's not like give her like the attention she was clearly seeking. You know?
Okay.
Other thing about possibly an attention seeker who's not getting airtime.
Ooh, who?
So you know
Was it
how, but you know how you've been like, why isn't Tasia getting any airtime?
Oh.
It's because Tasia has or had a secret boyfriend.
Oh.
Yeah. So she reportedly, allegedly, whatever, went to the Bahamas. So she had been dating this guy. Like, they had been Instagramming themselves together. Like, very cutesy, cuddly, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I would assume it was after she got casted or found out she got casted, she already had this trip planned. This is me putting pieces together.
Sure.
To go to the Bahamas. And there are pictures of both him and her there, where they each Instagrammed their own pictures of themselves in the same location. But at least we're smart enough to not Instagram themselves together. But that's still pretty dumb. To be like, you have clearly been dating. And then in September, Bachelor starts filming in September. And in early September, she was in the Bahamas with this dude.
Wow.
Now, it's not confirmed that they were together, but somebody, I guess on one of his pictures of himself, commented like something about his girlfriend. And he was like, oh, she was there, no doubt. Something like that.
Okay.
And then there's pictures of her in the same place. So it seems like puzzle pieces fit together for her to have a secret boyfriend, and maybe the producers are like,
they knew about
fuck
it.
that, you're not getting this airtime.
Yeah, just for the attention.
Yeah. Because if you have a boyfriend, you're not on the show for him.
Yeah.
For Colton, you're on the show for your own. I mean, they're all like on there for their own like selfish reasons, but
that
maybe
seems...
also trying to find love, and she's clearly not trying to find love if she has a boyfriend.
Yeah. Damn it.
Yeah, I know you like Tasia.
I like Tasia.
I don't think Colton cares about Tasia, though. Although it's hard to know.
Because they're not showing any time.
Because they're not showing any time, and it could be like another like Matt and Adam thing from Rachel's season, where it's like we never saw them, and it turns out they had a good connection with her.
Yeah, but it would have been like Matt or Adam, but then like they had a secret girlfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, and it seems like neither of them would have had a secret girlfriend.
No.
So.
They seem like normal dudes. Not
All right.
exciting dudes. Okay.
On to the recap?
Yes.
Yes.
I almost... Okay. I don't think this really counts. But, well, the story about Volkswagen. I don't know if it was even really like a close encounter at all. But I went to the Volkswagen service center, and I was just sitting in the lobby, just hanging out, because it took like an hour or something like that. And then this lady walks in. She's like real big personality, but like not annoying, not too overbearing. She's not being mean or anything. She's being really nice with like a big personality. And she's just like, and I was just like playing my game, ignoring her. And then as she walks away, the people behind the counter are like, you know, she was a runner-up for The Bachelor. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why didn't I like look over? But like, she was really blonde. Okay, I remember she was really blonde.
Okay.
And Molly is not blonde. She's kind of brown, maybe with some blonde highlights. But I don't know who's blonde.
I don't know either. I wonder if they're using the term runner-up very loosely.
Yeah, like maybe she was like going to be the Bachelorette instead of the runner-up, like as in like second to the last woman standing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then I actually tweeted at Molly Mesnick, and she replied to me and said that she was not at that at the service place.
So it's confirmed, not
confirmed,
Molly. Definitely
not her. Because she also looked really tall too. So, and I think Molly is short.
I was not watching at her time. I would know her voice.
She actually is tall.
I would know her voice from Bender and Molly, because for those of you unaware, Molly, who was on Jason's season, not our current Jason, our previous Jason.
Yeah.
Mesnick, you said is his last name?
Mesnick.
Molly has a radio show in Seattle, and so I would know her voice if I heard it, but I wouldn't know her face. Okay. So like, when she said it wasn't her, so I'm inclined to believe that she knew her own whereabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if they're using the term runner-up loosely.
Yeah, the only other person I know, there's the
Taylor from Nick's season,
but it wasn't Taylor.
She's not blonde.
And then there's the one that won The Bachelor. I don't remember what her name is, but it was a couple of years ago. But I don't know how she looked like. I think she was part Asian, so blonde hair is unlikely.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
Moving on.
So group date 1 was Katie, Heather, Hannah B, Courtney, Kirpa, Tracy, Demi, and Kaylin.
Yeah, and then they're gonna go do what's it called? Pirate dinner adventure?
Something like that. You looked up the actual name.
Yeah, I don't remember what it's called anymore.
But yeah, they're gonna go do pirate stuff.
It's kind of like that Camelot thing where they do like the jousting thing and you eat dinner and you watch it. But
I've done that.
You've done that?
I've done that.
Really? Is it in Ohio?
No, it was when we were on vacation, so it would have been either North or South Carolina.
Okay.
I want to say it was part of Dollywood or something, but I could be remembering wrong.
Is it in North Carolina? Dollywood?
I
would assume it's in Tennessee or something.
So, yeah, I don't know if there's more than one. We went to something that I thought was owned by Dolly Parton, and so I've been calling it Dollywood, but also there were knights jousting, so there's a really good chance that my 12-year-old memory is not remembering anything correctly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we went to something like that. And so there were definitely people jousting and there's medieval food. And this was before, quote unquote, medieval. And this was before I was vegetarian. And so I had the chicken leg, or turkey leg or whatever, but they called it, a dragon leg or baby dragon or something like that. I forget what it was.
That's cute.
Yeah. And we drank out of goblets.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I would have taken that.
It was, I mean, as a child, especially, like it was super fun.
That seems cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would do it. Just like I thought it was whenever I saw it on TV, I thought it was like, that's so cheesy, it's all fake. Because I grew up with like wrestling and I thought it was always super fake and whatever. And then sometimes they bleed, it's like, that's so fake. And sometimes it's real because they accidentally didn't do it correctly.
Yeah.
But the same thing with that, which is like, it's all fake. So.
Yeah, but it's supposed to be a play,
know,
right? Like they're characters
so, like,
and clearly characters.
That's me taking the fun out of things.
Kind
of like this show too, when people are talking about, I love Demi. I'm like, I fucking hate Demi.
Yeah.
But it's because they're not taking this as seriously as I am.
Yeah, Christina. Like, you remember Christina, like Dean and Christina from Nick's season?
Yeah.
She loves Demi.
Really?
Yeah, and I was really surprised. It's like, man, I don't want to watch Demi anymore.
Yeah, I really don't. But like, I think I'm also just not, I don't want to, I don't know, I shouldn't take it so seriously.
Maybe not. That's how I feel about Paradise, is I don't tend to take it as seriously.
Yeah,
but
I feel like
it's harder when it's in the seasons, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
It's more at stake.
There's more at stake. True love is at stake. So there's like this weird play or skit thing that Colton's in. He's like, "Hey, you knuckleheads," or something like that.
Exactly.
Knock it off, you knuckleheads.
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. I don't know. So they do this like competition jousty thing. What would you call that? The giant Q-tip competition. What would you call that?
Oh.
Gladiator, knock 'em off.
Yeah, that reminded me a lot of American Gladiator.
Okay.
When they would do that.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. I don't know what to call it though.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, that.
Okay.
Jousting.
We'll call it
Balanced
jousting.
jousting.
It's fine. But just thinking of like the Black Knight, White Knight, like Dollywood thing that I went to, that was jousting. You're on a horse and you have a spiky thing.
Yes.
What do you call a giant Q-tip thing on the log?
I don't remember.
Okay. Well, if you know it, tweet it at us.
Okay. Okay. So Hannah B was crushing it.
She's intense.
She's intense. Which is like that little bit of crazy helps a lot.
She was going for like the knees.
And she was like, she wasn't not swinging soft.
No, she was not holding back.
She wasn't swinging as hard as she could, I'm pretty sure, but she was not swinging soft.
I would like to know exactly what Kaylin meant when she said, "I know you're strong." Mm-hmm. Like trying to get like Hannah's not like hit so hard. She's like, "I know you're strong."
I feel like that's kind of almost a backhanded compliment.
I don't know. It almost seemed like she was like not like super afraid, but like a little bit afraid.
Yeah, maybe.
And I just wonder if it was just like because of like playful things they did before from like being friends that like, or it's like they worked out together or whatever, that she knows she's strong.
Yeah.
Or like, have they had actual physical altercations before?
I mean, from the way that they talk about each other, I wouldn't be surprised.
Right?
Like if they
At
got
this point, I don't know.
like slapped each other or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, Hannah B is intense. And from what we saw, she like blew the competition out of the water.
Yeah. She beat everybody, or at least from what we saw, she beat everybody. And then like the pirate people that were actors, just like seemed like they just arbitrarily chose a couple people.
Chose the two names they remembered, I guess.
Yeah, they had like I think they had to show Kaylin do something. So she like jumped down that thing, and then so that it looked like she did something that was worth doing, like giving her the opportunity.
Huh.
Or they just noticed that she was being super flirty with Colton.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if the pirates had any say in it, if it was the producers.
I mean, they had to. I don't know. Probably not. Either they told them to pick them, or I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were told. Because from choosing Kaylin, Hannah B had to sit on the sidelines brooding the whole time.
That's true. She didn't have to brood the whole time. She chose to brood the whole time.
Yes, but they knew that she was going to.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And so they chose Tracy and Kaylin. And I barely remember Tracy from the entire skit. It was mostly Kaylin and Colton.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like Hannah B's just like obsessed with Kaylin, is what I wrote down.
Did you see Demi throw her chicken leg onto the stage?
I didn't know what she threw, but you told me it was a chicken leg.
Yeah, it was a chicken leg. Like she actually threw it kind of far.
God.
Like
she's nuts. She is nuts.
I mean, yeah. I can see how like that craziness, that energy is kind of fun to some other people. But it's just chaos though.
I just wonder, so like I read one time that the impulse center of your brain is not fully formed until you're 24.
Yeah.
Around 24. Obviously, everyone's going to be different, which was really helpful to me in understanding children a little bit better. When you're like, don't throw that thing, and they throw it anyway, and you're like, I just fucking said not to throw it, and they're like, I don't know, and it's because like they literally couldn't stop themselves because their impulse control center is not developed. And I feel like Demi's impulse control center is very slow developing. Like, she's 23, so this should be pretty close to fully developed, and I think it is nowhere near developed.
Yeah, I don't think so either. She seems to just do what she wants to do.
Literally whatever comes to her mind. Like, she's a total hedonist. Like,
hedonist?
Yeah. That's one of my favorite words.
Okay.
Surprised you've never heard me say it before. I say it all the time, every day.
Never said that word before.
All the time, every day.
Never.
That's all I put for that part of the date.
Yep. Me too.
All right. So after party, Katie and Colton get their time, and they're cute.
Yeah, they're cute, and things seem easy with them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it seemed like they were just kind of like saying things too that like, oh my god, I love food. Like, who doesn't fucking love food?
Loving food is not a personality.
I love sushi. So does every fucking buddy else, except for you.
Except for me.
Yeah.
I don't love sushi.
But everybody, like...
Yeah. I did feel like this time it was a little bit more of them running on fumes.
Yeah.
Like, remembering how much they liked spending time with each other instead of actually liking to spend time with each other.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how next week goes if they have any time together. Because, you know... I mean, even with like normal relationships, sometimes things kind of fizzle out, but it doesn't mean like at least like
off.
Yeah, that too. Like, yes, things do fizzle out, but then sometimes you just have like an off night, like what you were saying, where you just like can't really think of what to say. But you know, next time you guys hang out, everything's fine.
Yeah,
because like I don't know. I mean, it sucks that they can't talk about this whole entire experience because, I mean, they probably do, but they have to cut the entire thing out.
Sure.
I'm surprised they can even talk about, like, yeah, I know about this whole experience. It's really tough. Like, I'm surprised they can say that.
Really?
Yeah, but it makes sense because, I mean, that's the whole thing. You're all dating the same person. But, like, to, like, touch on that subject.
I think they need to show empathy. I think that's important.
I think it's important, too. But I'm sometimes surprised that they allow them to talk about it. This like craziness, this crazy premise.
Oh, because it's like they're kind of like putting in a bad light a little bit. Is that why you're saying that?
Sometimes, yeah. Like, especially when it's making someone feel bad, that there are all these other women.
I think it's meant to be making them feel better. No?
I mean, they're trying to make them feel better, but then the premise of the whole show is why they feel bad.
Well, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of insane person would feel comfortable in this environment. It brings out the worst of everyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so Tracy's fucking jacket. I just want to
I've
please?
just blocked it out of my vision. I didn't notice it.
It makes her head look so tiny, for one. Her shoulders are entirely square. And why is it orange? I don't understand.
It's her favorite color.
Any of it. And she loves it so fucking much because it's also her biopic.
Oh, on like social media?
No, on the casting shit. That goddamn oversized jacket that goes past her fucking shorts. Also, why is she wearing shorts?
It's the juxtaposition.
Goddamn wardrobe stylist. Steal some clothes.
From where?
Wherever she wardrobes. Okay, let's talk about Tracy and Demi.
Yeah.
Okay. So Demi is obsessed with this ageist bullshit, where she thinks 31 is old.
Yeah.
She also thinks, I think 27 is old because like 27 and plus is the Cougar Den, whatever, Cougar Club. I don't know. So she says a thing to Tracy that Tracy should feel insecure about being an older woman surrounded by younger women. And I have two thoughts. One, no, she shouldn't.
Yeah.
I would not feel insecure about being in a room full of 23-year-olds. That's not the feeling I would have.
Yeah.
Annoyed is the feeling I would have. Like, I just wouldn't want to be there because y'all are fucking annoying because you act like goddamn Demi.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say all 23-year-olds do. Obviously, some of them act like Hannah G, you know? Is she 23? I'm saying things.
Who?
Hannah G.
She's at least 24.
She's 23.
Okay.
She's 23.
Okay. But yeah, they are very young. And just, when I'm thinking about going to the bar and stuff, if I'm just around a bunch of 24-year-old dudes, they're not talking about anything that's important. They're not talking, like, they're just talking about drinking.
They're the kind of people that think liking food and dogs are personalities. They're not. I can't. I will not feel insecure about your age. The fact that you all are beautiful, sure. You know?
Sure.
But I do think that Tracy feels insecure.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's the way other people look or if it is their age or what it is. She did not defend herself and say she didn't feel insecure. She kind of like turned inward. Like her body language got very uncomfortable. And I think that Demi was hitting the exact right chord for her. So I think she does feel insecure. And I think this is also evident by her very problematic tweets that we talked about in our Cast Bios episode.
Oh.
Where she tweeted things about like the fat people on the treadmill and like things like that. And I think she herself feels insecure. And so she puts it out on other people.
Yeah.
And maybe has at least learned not to do that from that.
Hopefully.
But I think she does still
has
feel
those
insecure.
insecurities. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
So I don't necessarily feel bad for her because she was a shitty person on those tweets and I don't know who she is now. But I also don't think that she should feel insecure.
Yeah.
Especially not by her age.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
That's stupid.
We're 31. We're 31?
We are both 31.
31, 32. I don't know anymore. It doesn't matter.
Would feel so much more insecure about you hanging around like a 29 to 32-year-old beautiful woman than I would about you hanging out with a 23 to 26-year-old beautiful woman. Because I could not imagine you wanting to put up with someone that young. But also, you're not a 26-year-old man, so it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it was also like ironic that Demi kept saying that, oh, you're saying all these passive aggressive things, and because I think Tracy was saying some stuff back to her and saying that, oh, you're saying all these passive aggressive things and blah, 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 when like Demi herself was saying so many passive aggressive things. And also some very like outward facing insults to people that are older in the room. That like with older people, it's like, well, like at least they have a career, you know? Like at least they know who they are. She doesn't know who the fuck she is.
Yeah.
Not yet. She like when I was 24, I don't even remember who I was when I was 24. Like that's how little 24-year-old Ryan mattered.
Sure.
Like, and I'm pretty sure like 40-year-old Ryan is not going to remember 30-year-old Ryan.
Well, good news. There's recordings of him for you to remember who he was.
Good. I'm lucky that there aren't recordings of 24-year-old Ryan.
Oh man, 24-year-old Kelly, I'm sure said some dumbass shit.
Ryan definitely said some
God.
dumbass shit too. Guess what? 40-year-old Ryan, like 40, I don't know, 10 years from now, you can't say dumbass anymore.
You don't think so?
I don't know.
40-year-olds don't say dumbass?
But you couldn't say so many other things before. Obviously, other things were rooted in like other, sexist or homophobic ways, but there's going to be something else that we can't say.
Sure, we'll learn more about certain groups that we are, like, marginalizing by using those terms. Which, I mean, maybe dumbass is one of them, because the word dumb originally referred to people who can't speak and thinking that they were inferior or stupid because they couldn't speak. So it is kind of a shitty term to use. But I don't know about dumbass. Is, like, dumb still meaning the same? It probably is. Shit. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Wow.
See?
No. The more you care about people and the way you make other people feel, the harder language gets.
Yeah.
It's true.
Can't say anything anymore.
No, that's a whole different rant I could go off on. Not about how we can't say anything, but how people perceive that we can't say anything anymore. Just to clarify, because you don't know me and my rants. And I don't think I've actually given you that one, but it's one I have.
Okay. Oh, God.
Have it stored up for a rainy day.
Boy.
You just wait until somebody says to me, can't say anything without offending people anymore. And then you'll hear it. Okay?
Yep, I'll hear it. It won't be at me, at least.
No, it won't be at you. It'll be at some dumbass. Damn it! That was not intentional. The word was just in my head.
Yep. Seated. Okay.
Anyway.
And so Courtney seemed like she was talking to Colton for a little bit, and then Demi interrupts. And Courtney's kind of upset about it. She kind of like stormed off. They like at least filmed her storming off, and probably not really storming off, but she was just walking away very quickly.
We don't know how long she was talking to Colton. If it was like an acceptable amount of time.
But she said not very long. Also, it seems like nobody is allowed to say any duration of time on this show. They can't say, "Oh, I was talking to him for like only like 2 minutes" or something like that.
They do say things like that though.
Okay, at least like this whole episode they didn't. They kept saying, "Oh yeah, like how long have they been talking?" Well, a while now.
They probably don't have watches.
That too.
Honestly, they probably literally have no concept of time anymore.
That's very true.
I just like thought of that just now. I bet there are no clocks.
Yeah. Okay, but Courtney did not like that. She went to go and talk to Demi afterwards. Oh, do you want to talk about what Demi did with Colton?
Demi was like overly sexual. Like it made me uncomfortable because I think Colton was just trying to be nice and go along with it. But I think Colton was really uncomfortable, which makes this like sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Like she groped him and I don't know that she had consent to do it. Because he seemed uncomfortable.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to tell since he being nervous doesn't mean you don't have consent.
Okay, so the consent part was unclear, but I will say it was clear that Demi did not care about consent. That seemed very clear to me. That if he had said no or stop, she probably would have thought it was funny and kept going. It really made me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
watching it. Yeah,
it's kind of like one of those things where it's like it's easier to just go along with it.
Yeah, I think he was just trying to be nice. He was being polite because he didn't know what else to do.
Totally possible.
You know, I don't think he wanted to embarrass her, but I also don't think he wanted that stuff to be happening.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I won't say it because I'm not sure. But, like, just because he's a virgin doesn't mean, like, he hasn't seen a woman naked. Doesn't mean he hasn't had
there's
blowjobs.
a lot of things between not virgin and virgin, you know?
Yeah. So, it's not like there's not a possibility that he's done stuff close to that before.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he very well may have. Yeah. So I don't know if not being a virgin or not being like what he's done previously, I don't think indicates what he wanted to be doing on camera.
Yeah. I think I wouldn't have wanted that happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But, Demi comes back and Courtney asks to speak with her. And you can see Demi's eyes instantly roll in her.
Oh my God, like, she was so annoyed.
She's like, I guess. Because like, she was just like, oh, I'm so over this, pretty much.
Yeah, she's tired of every time she talks to Colton, somebody pulls her side and they're like, excuse me. But also, like, stop being a dick to people and they'll stop doing this to you.
Exactly. So she's saying, like, okay, at nowhere in their conversation did Courtney say, stop being you. But that's what Demi heard.
That's
what
Demi heard.
Like, are you telling me not to be myself?
Basically, Courtney said, be more considerate.
Exactly.
And Demi's like, are you telling me not to be myself?
So being inconsiderate is being Demi. And so, yeah, she immediately turns on the offensive. And it's just like I wrote down ignorance is bliss. And then she was talking about confidence and being, I was like, oh, it's easy to be confident if you're ignorant.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. That's true.
And that's exactly why she's able to, like, be so confident and think she's always right about everything because she doesn't give a fuck about anything else.
Yeah. Yeah. I also liked when she reminded Courtney and all of us that those two were the same age. For reference, Courtney owns her own catering business. And she's having this, like, adult conversation with Demi of just like, hey, can you just respect other people and like try to be a little bit more considerate?
Yeah, it's not that hard. It's like,
and Demi's like, oh my God, fuck you. That's my annoying white girl voice. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
I know Demi didn't say those words or like that, but that's like the idea.
The idea of Demi does that.
Yeah, the idea of Demi does that. Yeah.
Anything else that night? Well, I have a lot of other things.
The Hannah and Kaylin stuff?
Yeah.
Do we just want to take care of a lot of that right now and just
like the entire thing, the whole episode?
Let's see how it goes.
Okay.
Let's start talking and see where it leads us.
Okay. I think Colton is really smitten with Kaylin.
I think he likes Kaylin more than I realized. I don't know why I haven't been paying attention to her more, but everyone else seems to really have noticed her. So there must be things that I didn't notice.
Yeah, exactly. So like I saw that they were cuddling and kissing, and I thought he seemed the happiest with her. Even though like maybe conversations were easier with other women, he looked the most content with her.
He also told her that he likes her. Right? Other women, he's like, I like talking to you, blah, blah, blah. But he said he liked her.
Okay.
Which I think is something. I don't know what it is in the Bachelor world. They seem to have different terms for like, I'm falling in love with you. I love you. I'm in love with you. These all mean different things. Maybe I like you means something different. I don't know.
Okay. Did you have anything else to talk about them?
Wait, that's all you had?
No. Just about like Kaylin and
Kaylin and Colton specifically. No.
Okay.
Next.
Okay. And now Hannah B's starting. I wrote down, starting up drama never makes you look good.
No, it does not.
Yeah.
I understand you want to quote unquote warn him.
Or, yeah, you want to be helping him. But, like, it never works out.
No, rarely works out. I can't say that it did or didn't.
It worked for Iggy for about a week or two. And then of course, then it was just him being her little spy. Mm-hmm. And then he was just sent home because he had no substance.
I think, I don't know. I'm trying to think like if Raven ever warned Nick about Corinne. And I think she did. But I don't think she was the first one.
Probably not.
Yeah. I don't want to say never. I try not to use the word never. I would say it rarely works out for the person who brings up other people's shit.
So yeah, Hannah B brings up that you probably, in this whole process, you probably won't see the whole her.
Yeah, which is true of any of them.
Yeah, of course. Because it's only 10 weeks. I'm still seeing new parts of you.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
Not really.
I don't know about that.
At this point, not really. I wouldn't be surprised if I learn something new about you.
Maybe.
Still.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like, I didn't know you felt that way about X, Y, or Z.
Oh, let me tell you about X, Y, and Z.
Oh, deal breaker.
Okay. What other things do you have? Because I have things.
Okay. I think the other part that I would want to touch on is that at least in this part, Hannah B was like, I don't understand. I can't comprehend. Be fumbled.
She said the word befumbled.
Which is not a word.
And I don't know exactly what word she was looking for, but I don't think it was that one.
Okay.
Because it's not a word.
Bewildered. Fumbled.
Befuddled? Maybe befuddled. That's pretty close.
So she couldn't understand that, like, or like if the type of person that, if he is into the type of person like Kaylin, then like how could he really like someone like Hannah B? And that kind of threw Colton off, because it was like what he said was like, is that how it is?
Yeah, he felt like he was basically giving an ultimatum.
Exactly. So he was like, is that how it is? I can't like you and her, but you guys are totally different people. And also, is it one of the few instances where you can say, I can't like you both, because like this is The Bachelor.
Yeah.
You can.
I'm not allowed to date both of you right now.
And so, you know, that also kind of was not a good way to end the night.
Yeah. So there was also this thing where he was trying to get more information from Hannah.
Oh, that too, yeah.
About like what kind of person, like what are these negative qualities
and she couldn't really
that
think of
Kaylin
them.
possesses. And he's like, is she manipulative or deceptive or a liar? Is she mean? And Hannah just stares at him.
Like smiling, right?
She was like a pursed lip smile. Like that could imply all of those things, but I don't want to say it.
Yeah.
Or it could be like, I
don't
know the words to say. Or it could be like I'm making all of this up and I don't want to continue to lie. So I'm just going to give you this look so that you think it's all of those things.
Yes. Okay. Either that or it was that look. Because I thought that she portrayed, I mean, some other people thought it looked really creepy. But I thought it was like portraying that, like, kind of like all of those things.
Yeah. That's what I kind of thought in the moment. And there's just like, as the rest of all the events went down, which I felt like for me,
I kind of like Hannah more.
So going into week 3, I put Hannah above Kaylin.
Because you had the one-on-one.
A lot of people like were really hard on Hannah for her one-on-one. And I think
she was just being a normal person. At least that's what it seemed like.
I think she just felt really insecure. And I understand that she could have done way better with that toast and all these other things. She could have been less creepy with that eyelash bit. But like, I had sympathy for her because I was like, man, I can't imagine what a mess I'd be on that kind of date, you know?
Yeah.
And so like, I kind of had empathy for her. And then I felt like and it could just been when I was paying attention to the show, but I thought I'd gotten more information from her than Kaylin about the Miss USA stuff. And I reflect on it more and more. I trust Hannah less than Kaylin.
Sure. I think most people are leaning that way.
Yeah. And this comes from, for me, that I felt like Kaylin was trying so hard to not say negative things about Hannah. Like the way she talked about it, she said things like, we just handle stress differently. And I know like Hannah B said something similar, but she was trying to warn Colton about Kaylin. Whereas Kaylin was just trying to like defend herself. And she's like, well, her and I just handle stress differently. And she also brought up the very valid reason that could be that when Kaylin beat her in the Miss USA contest.
Maybe she got a little butthurt.
That she was upset about it.
Yeah.
And then I can totally see that in this type of situation.
That she's competing for another thing that they want, that she definitely wants to beat her.
Yes. And Hannah has already been told in no uncertain terms that she is not as good as Kaylin.
Yeah.
And so now, like, what are you supposed to think? Of course, you're just going to go in and be like, well, fuck, I'm going to lose again. Fuck this bitch. Yeah, she already beat me once. You're not going to beat me again.
Yeah, you already, there's already that precedence that, she is better than you or something.
I also believe that in very few feuds is anyone completely innocent. So I'm not willing to believe that Kaylin didn't do or say anything wrong because we all do. Like, we just say the wrong thing and maybe later we're like, fuck, that was rude.
When someone says something rude to you, you say something rude back to them.
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you're totally at fault or you should have all the responsibility, but you do have some.
Yeah. And I think right now, I don't think either of these women are bad women. I don't think they're bad people. I think they just have bad blood with each other.
Bad blood.
Yeah. Used to be mad love. Those are the words. Yeah. The other thing I found out is the Miss USA pageant ended in May. Filming for The Bachelor started in September. Recent. So it had been 4 months. Yeah. Since they were competing against each other. So it's not a lot of time for these wounds to heal.
Exactly.
But they were real close. They said that they were close. And they said that they were roommates.
Instagram posts and stuff together. They were roommates together.
They referred to each other as sisters.
Oh, really?
They were close.
Oh, some shit must have happened.
Right? But neither of them are talking. As far as I can tell, neither of them are responding to anything that's going on.
Really?
Yeah.
Right now?
Yeah. And so I don't know if they've been sworn to secrecy, for the sake of the TV show, or if they are both just over it entirely.
Maybe. Who knows?
I'm not sure.
When Colton picked her up to talk to her about it, what did she say? Oh, yeah. You already said it.
Yeah, Colton asked Kaylin to have a chat.
Yeah, you already touched on it.
Yeah. So, we don't really know what happened in all of these conversations because, of course, only showing us what they want us to see.
Yeah. Maybe they explain the entire thing and we don't need to see any more of it. But, they're going to keep this going.
Yes, they will. And so,
there's going to be a 2-on-1.
There's going to be a 2-on-1. I would not be surprised if it was next week, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they drag this out longer.
Yeah.
They like to do that.
At least one more episode of this.
Oh, there's also this thing with Kaylin that's outside of Hannah, if you can believe it. That Kaylin says that she dealt with some real life stuff, but isn't ready to talk about it. But it seems like she will in the future. I think the word she said is, I don't want to talk about it with you, but I think she meant right now.
Yeah. Well, she was...
Oh, no, that was Caitlin. Caitlin said something I don't have anything I want to say to you right now.
Oh, yeah, that was later.
That's later.
No, but someone did check... Kaylin did come back after talking to Colton, and then Demi was like, hey, you all right? You want to talk about it? And she was like, I don't want to talk about it. And then Demi said, okay, I just want to check her out. It's just wanted to see. You want to just check up on you. You don't have to talk about it. She said something like that.
I think she actually said something okay, I didn't really care, or something like that.
No, she didn't. She said something I just want to check, or something.
Okay.
And said, you don't need to talk about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do remember something like that.
Maybe you heard, you don't need to talk about it in a different tone.
Yeah, maybe I did. Just a predisposition for what Demi's tone is going to sound like.
No, it was actually a very sweet moment for Demi. Because, she, I think, not very often that, it just showed that she kind of cared. She saw that she was being upset and she was just checking in on her.
Sure. Even though it's some level of empathy.
Yeah, teeny bit. I think, she was if I was doing that, I would want someone to do the same to me. Yeah. Maybe.
Can we briefly go back to Kaylin's big thing that she wasn't ready to talk about?
Yeah.
Colton. Okay. So I had previously read, and I don't know if I even put it. No, I didn't put it on my notes for some reason. So I don't know that I ever said it on the podcast, but I had remembered that one of the contestants was said to have dropped a bomb on Colton, and it was a big one. And I couldn't remember who it was. And right now I'm going to say it's probably Caitlyn.
Yeah.
And that, like, it's like really serious. It's like one of the most serious things that ever anyone has disclosed on The Bachelor. So I guess now that I'm saying that, what I was hoping when I was reflecting on this, until I just remembered that last part just now, what I had been hoping is that Caitlyn would wait. Like, okay, so for TV's sake, sure, I want to see what the big thing is, right? Nosiness.
Yeah.
But real person, I was hoping that maybe she would, like, be wise enough to wait and see if she got as far as fantasy suites. To know if it's even, like, a serious enough thing that you need to tell this man that you don't know, this big thing about your life.
Yeah. And then subsequently the entire world.
Yes. But if you do it after the cameras have stopped rolling for fantasy suites, then you can tell him privately and you don't have to tell all of fucking America about it.
Yeah.
So, I would prefer that that's what she does if she's a normal human being. But there's also a chance that she feels a lot of pressure because they, like, make them feel like they have to say, like what's that big thing that, like, fucked you up that you have to say on this one-on-one date, right? Like, they feel like they have to do that.
Yeah.
And she already talked about her, like, brain disease or whatever that almost killed her and then almost made her never walk again when she actually lived from it. When she was 2. Yeah, that thing. You knew what I was talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, so when Colton and Caitlyn were talking, she said she's been through a lot of shit. And, like, I don't know if she was going to talk about it or if she had already talked about it or she's not ready to talk about it. But it seemed like, I think you said it better, that, like, or I don't know if it was you, maybe it was actually Bachelor Party that said that, like, she made it seem like Hannah B was just, like, one part of her life that, like, created the whole or like why she is acting this way is only partly because of Hannah, and like the whole story is only, and she is the part of the whole story includes so many other things, and Hannah B is just a small part of it. Oh, sure. Whereas like currently Hannah B is just like, it made her turn Hannah B into like, this is all Hannah B is right now. Like the way that she turned that conversation.
I didn't see it that way. I did think it was weird that she brought up this like really traumatic thing that happened to her when that wasn't the conversation. But I could see if like she was kind of trying to like make it seem like she's a more complex person than Hannah B.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
Elise.
Yeah, the one-on-one date.
Elise has stolen the hearts of America. Everyone loves her.
Apparently, yeah.
Everyone's like, if Colton doesn't have her, can we? And then like, we want her to be the next Bachelorette.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She is beautiful, and she's sweet, and she's smart, it seems, and like fun, and she seems to have somewhat of a personality.
And loves kids, and
yeah,
you know, it seemed like she was more interested in the kids than Colton in that date.
I really liked. So Colton was like, I know I said this was going to be a one-on-one, but it's actually going to be a group date. And her face, all over her face, it just said, fuck you. Yeah. Like, she was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. I mean, everybody would have been. Yeah, anybody's would have been.
And then she found out she's going to actually be at a carnival with kids, and somehow that made her feel better. I don't. We're different people.
You guys are different people.
I wrote down better her than me.
No, she
seemed happy about it.
She seemed really good about. She seemed really good with the kids. Okay, she said, and I'm sure some other women may think this as well, but they said like seeing a man being really good with kids is one of the sexiest things like possible. But like, I don't think it is.
I think that's due to our incredibly low standards of men.
But I think it's just like, okay, if we have kids, he's not going to instantly run away, or
Exactly. He's not going to run away or abuse them.
Yeah.
Winner.
And like, it's just like, it's not a sexy thing. It's like, it's just a checked box.
No. So women tend to be more turned on by emotional things than men. So like that can make you feel happy seeing him with kids, and then you get turned on by that. So,
super happiness equals horny.
So like men are more like visually turned on. So like they see like a sexy woman or a woman in little clothing, and then they get turned on. And this is obviously generalizing. But like me, seeing a half naked man has never turned me on. I'm sorry. It doesn't, that's not what it is. Like, sure. It's much more of like emotional things.
Yeah. Okay.
So I could see how that could correlate for women, but I also think that that's due to our low standards of what makes a good man. Like you see a man like at the playground with his children, and you're like, oh, what a good dad. It's like, no, what a dad. He is a dad. That's all he's doing is dadding. You don't see a mom at the playground with her children saying, oh, what a good mom. Okay. Anyway.
Soapbox.
Okay. I have so many soapboxes. Would you like to see the next one?
Not yet. Is it?
No, I'm just kidding.
Is it I don't know one-on-one date?
I don't know that I have another soapbox right now.
Okay.
We'll see if I find it.
Okay. I thought it was kind of cute that they, or possibly pretty dangerous, that they stopped the roller coaster at the top of the thing. And then you don't like that.
I have feelings. They are scared.
That like, it's probably a really nice view out there, but I understand that like, I think they're mostly not meant to do that. So asking them to do it is probably pretty not safe. Like, you know, like, yes, they're supposed to go up there, but I don't think they're supposed to sit up there.
Yeah.
So I think that was probably not safe, but it was kind of cute.
It was cute. I was so worried that they were going to try to be like cutesy and start the roller coaster again while they were kissing, and they were going to knock each other's teeth out. That's what I was worried about. Okay. I think that's all the notes that I have. Oh, and that she was real sweaty at the end of the day.
I didn't see it, but I trust you. Her forehead was glistening.
And just like really dark, wet spots under her armpits.
I mean, where is she from?
She's originally from Alaska, but she's been living in Arizona.
Okay. So not a very good reason for her to not have been acclimated to the temperature yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably more humid in LA than it is in Arizona.
Yeah. Probably. There's water closer.
Yeah. Okay.
And then they do their dinner.
Talked about her sister opening up about that difficult moment in her life.
Yeah, I don't know why they have to even play with these transitions where he's like, what makes you the person you are? You're so strong and confident. Like, what makes you that? Just say, like, what's your thing? Tell me the traumatic thing. Let's get this out of the way.
What makes you different? Help me remember your face and name.
Make me feel something?
That's your goal. Do it now.
Yeah. So, yeah, he asked her, like, what made her the strong, independent, confident woman she is. And apparently it's when her sister died. That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, that's some deep shit. Getting into the thick of it. I
would have so much trouble with that. Like, because she's like trying to be positive about it. Like, oh, but we had this little baby out of it. We had this little girl. And I can't imagine, like, because if she wouldn't have been pregnant, then they probably could have, like, worked on that tumor she had and maybe saved her life.
Yeah.
But basically, the child is the reason that the mom died.
Yeah.
And of course, you never say it to the child. You never say it to the child. You never lead on that that's a thing that you've ever thought.
Exactly.
But, damn.
Like, okay, so I had a hard time with this because I thought it was so black and white about it before when I thought about it. But what I see, how I see it now is that Elisa's sister made a decision, and she knew that the chances were not 100% either decision she made. But the decision that she made was that she would at least have the family that she wanted for a little bit of time rather than having kind of a broken family from having an abortion or something and like possibly surviving and maybe not. So at least she had her family before anything else happened. So it wasn't 100% either way. It's probably lower chance because she went to term, but she made a decision.
Yeah. It's rough.
Yeah, it's sad. I'm sorry. I'm kind of crying now too. Because I thought it, and like I had to like write some of it down so I remember to talk about it later. But yeah, okay, yeah. But she gets the rose.
She gets the rose. I'm crying a little bit because I'm an emotional person.
I'm sorry.
Boy, no, you made me cry. I didn't cry during the episode, but like, man, those were words. You said words.
I said words. I'm sorry. I said words that made you cry.
You did. Anyway, so Elise is like, thank you for this date. And Colton's like, you think we're done? And I'm like, yeah, they haven't had like their big thing afterwards.
Yeah, fireworks.
Yeah, which last date was fireworks. But I forgot about secret concert. So that's what they did. Was
I know.
Secret concert.
How did they? And all of these people must be like ninjas.
They're like, shh, 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 shh. She's coming. They're coming.
It must be so hard to keep 500 people shut up.
Turn off your phone. God damn it, Gary.
I mean, it has to be in like a different building. It can't be in the room over. The transition makes it seem like it's in the next room, but it has to be in a different room.
I mean, would you assume
building.
that there's nobody else in the entire building, though?
I'm sure there are some, but not an entire concert full of people. Yeah. People are doing mic checks and stuff. You hear that? So I think they're in a different building. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay. Did they say who it was? They said who it was.
They did. It was...
And the band.
It was Kevin and the Zits.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was, but they were country.
Yeah.
It was a woman singer, and they were country. And that's all I know. And they seemed happy.
It's always so weird when they you see all the people taking pictures of them on their date.
So weird.
And then they just Snapchat it later. So
they're like, oh my god, reality Steve, look at this.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What do you think that accent was?
Steve Urkel.
Okay. Did I do that?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, group date 2.
Tasia, Nina, Catherine, Sydney, Anyeka, Cassie, Nicole, Caitlin.
Good job, baby. In order, too.
I did it.
I'm so proud of you.
I was like, oh, they're saying names now. I'm going to type them out. If you guys didn't know, I'm very bad about that. When I start hearing names, until halfway through, I don't start.
Because Ryan's like, I don't know who these people are. I'm so bad at names.
True. Anyways, I won't go. Yeah. Okay. Group date. Exercise.
They roll up and Colton's just like doing CrossFit and shit. Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh my god, he's so hot.
Mm-hmm. He's big. He's
a bachelor man.
He's bigger than a bachelor man. Like he has a lot of muscle. Up here is defined, but like down here, I'm sure is not as defined as most other.
The down here he's pointing to would be dick, Colton's dick.
Yeah. Not very defined.
You need to work out the penis muscles.
He hasn't had the chance to yet. Do you understand?
I'm sorry. Oh, I would like to point out that there were...
Did you guys know Colton's a virgin?
If you didn't know. But also, there were few to no virgin jokes in this episode. Or virgin references, or virgin questions, or comments, or... I don't remember any.
I don't remember either.
Like, I can't say that there were none, because that seems unbelievable, but I don't remember any.
I don't either.
We might be in the clear. They might have forgotten.
I mean, it was such a talking point in the last episode. It's kind of like a contrast.
I mean, I just need, like, one more person to ask him why he's a virgin.
Yeah, a couple more people.
So anyway, this date, they're pulling out celebrities I know this season, and I like that.
At least one.
At least one in this particular episode. Terry.
Yes, Terry Curtis.
And his wife.
Terry, you're Rebecca. On a first name basis.
Terry and his wife Rebecca. They're
Terry Crews and Rebecca Cruz. Okay, so I don't know who says, "Oh my God, it's Terry Crews and Rebecca Cruz." It's like, how do you know who Rebecca is? I was like, and at first I didn't know who the woman is.
Yeah.
And she said Rebecca Cruz. It's like, oh, it's his wife. But how does she know her? It's because they had a reality show on BET, and also she's kind of well known in the Hollywood circle.
Really?
I guess that's what the internet said.
Okay.
So like, it seems like other people know her, and she was on a TV show before. So there's a reason why some people would know her.
Okay, yeah. That's fair.
So yeah.
We know Terry Crews because of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yes.
And the Gillette, or not, the Old Spice commercials.
Old Spice, and then also White Chicks.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I don't like the Wayans brothers, so I just couldn't get into that movie.
Sure. But there was
I
just
like
that
the
one,
younger
like,
Wayans brother. That's a new girl. What's his name? Damien?
Sure.
Shit. I forget.
It's okay.
He's Coach. Coach. But I like Terry Crews.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who may have been offended by that Gillette commercial with the like saying like men can do better, don't be pieces of shit, and people are like, how dare you? You haven't heard of this?
No.
Baby, where are you? Are you living in that hole that we have in the living room?
Explain.
There was a commercial. It was like a web commercial as far as I could tell. I don't know if it's actually aired on TV.
Okay.
I think they posted it to their Twitter or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was a commercial from Gillette that, because their slogan is the best a man can do. Mm-hmm. And then they like showed a bunch of like, it was all like scripted, but they like had men doing like shitty things and saying shitty things and being like, is this really the best a man could do? And like basically was telling men like, you can do better. Like, let's be better. And of course, like some people are like, oh, this is another like marketing brand, just like trying to get like the millennials and the Gen Xers and Gen Zers or whatever. And that's fine. Maybe they are. I don't know. But I like the message of like anti-toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
And so many people have been, obviously mostly people who wear red hats, have been really offended by this.
Is this recent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Within the last week.
Okay.
And so a lot of people have been like offended, like, fuck you, Gillette, not buying razors anymore, whatever, like this social justice warrior bullshit, whatever, just because we're like, don't be a shitty person.
It suddenly offends people?
Yeah. I watched it and like, I don't know what they're like against.
Yeah.
But also, I obviously don't think like these people.
Yeah.
So then there's been a lot of talk then about like toxic masculinity and stuff like that. And it's like, well, if like not toxic masculinity, then what kind of are we supposed to be? It's like regular masculinity. Like Terry Crews is such a perfect example of like super masculine without being toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Like you look at this man and he's a fucking man. Like he is tall, he is ripped, like he's got a deep voice, all these things. And he is nice. He's compassionate. He cares about women. And he wasn't always this way. He's very open about that.
Yeah.
That like he got to like a toxic place and his wife was like, fuck you, I'm going to leave you. He's like, whoa. Gotta like look back on my life and made a lot of changes and is now like a great role model.
Yeah.
So if you're offended by Gillette, maybe you should just be more like Terry Crews. Okay, that was a soapbox I found.
There you go.
I found a soapbox.
I pulled it out of nowhere. Nice.
Next.
So they are, was it the World's Strongest Woman competition? Was that what it was called?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Bachelor Strongest Woman competition.
Okay.
Did you mention the part where Catherine, maybe I heard this wrong. Let's be fair. I don't have perfect ears. I heard on the show Catherine say that she has a black belt in Taekwondo and karate.
I think that's what I heard too. But after she punched and kicked it, yes, she did it very fast, but I don't think she did it in a black belt fashion.
Also, can you get a black belt in karate? Can you study karate? Because I had someone who did jujitsu tell me that karate in itself is not a martial art, that's not something you can study.
I mean, I think karate is.
He said it was like a generic term that's like an umbrella term.
I mean.
Oh, maybe it was kung fu. Is one of those not real?
I mean, they're both real.
Maybe it was kung fu.
I mean, there is a lot of different types of kung fu. But, like, you don't have to be good at everything at kung fu to get a black belt in kung fu.
But kung fu is real?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to trust you, but it might be racist that I'm trusting you.
Maybe. I mean, I'm assuming. I mean, I had friends that were belts and they did kung fu.
Okay. For anyone who doesn't listen to us often enough, Ryan is Asian, and that's why it'd be racist for me to trust him. Well, I've Googled it and found that,
karate or kung fu?
I found a website that says the difference between karate and kung fu, so I'm gonna guess either Google is listening to me or that they're real. Yeah, there's a history for Chinese kung fu. Okay. I don't know, dude. Anyway, Catherine is a black belt, so watch out.
Sure.
She also lies about her age, so.
Yeah, so she's a liar and she's deadly.
All these things.
Yep.
Colton helped Sydney stretch, and everyone's
For a very
watching,
long time.
and they were real jealous. And she's real limber now, though. She'll never need to stretch again.
She is, like, athletic.
Yeah.
And probably very flexible.
She's a dancer.
I don't know why she needs stretching.
Y'all need to stretch.
I know.
Stretch every day. I stretch 3 times a day.
She knows how to stretch.
I stretch 3 times a day because I have back problems.
Sorry. I don't
think you need to stretch every day.
I don't do any stretches. I don't have any back problems.
Way to brag. Mr. Braggadocious.
My back feels too good, actually.
Sometimes I'm just like, man, I wish I had some back pain.
I'm gonna just run into walls. Oh see what happens.
I'm gonna sleep real crooked. I'm just, see what happens.
Actually, I have been waking up feeling pretty shitty.
Good. No, I'm kidding. I don't want you to feel shitty just because I do.
Anyways, back to the
Strongest Woman competition. So here's what you need if you at home want to become Bachelor Strongest Woman. You have to push a 100-pound wedding cake down the aisle.
Oh, is that what they called it? Down the aisle?
They did.
That's not how it works. That's not how weddings work.
Need to pretend a giant tire is an engagement ring and flip it.
Flip it onto your ring finger.
You need to do a limo pool, which will be impossible if you are not Caitlyn.
A limo pole.
Limo pool. A limo pool.
Jump into the pool inside a limo?
You need to pull a limo.
You need to turn a limo into a pool?
You need to pull a limo. Just pull it.
I'm sorry.
Don't push it.
Don't
pull it. Anyway.
Sorry, that was
if you're not Caitlyn, you're not going to be able to pull a limo.
Pole. Like a pole. Like a flag pole.
Pole?
Yeah.
You say pole?
Yeah.
Sir.
I don't say cool.
That's not what dialects do. Dialects?
Derelicts?
Derelicts might do it.
Okay.
I'm not familiar with that pronunciation. I know pull, like I say, and then pull.
Pull.
With a U, right? Like it's spelled.
Pull.
But pull.
Yeah.
I'm gonna consult Lisa about this.
Yeah, consult her.
Huh.
Pull
See
it.
if she's familiar. Pull it.
Yep.
Pull it. Now I'm gonna make fun of you for your accent, mister. Anyway, so, okay.
Okay.
In the limo pool.
Uh-huh.
There is obviously, okay, so it makes sense. I'm not going to say obviously, but it makes sense that there is a person inside of the limo.
To stop it.
to be able to stop it.
Yeah.
Right? And there is photographic evidence that there is a person inside of it.
Yes.
But I'm wondering if this person allowed Caitlin to be able to pull it and not Tasia. Because that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
Maybe they knew Tasia already had a boyfriend. Sabotage.
Oh. Yeah, because they would have already gone on the trip because it was real time.
Yeah.
They would, and they were like, fuck her. Fuck her.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. They found out. They're like, we can't pull her out now. She's already on the footage.
Yeah.
But they're going to sabotage.
Yes.
Sandwich.
And then, okay, so if you are continuing to try to be Bachelor Strongest Woman, you then have to do a big ball race?
Yeah, what was that?
I don't know what cutesy thing they tried to give it that was wedding related. I missed it.
Yeah, but they had to run with the medicine balls back and forth and then back and then put the thing on top.
Yeah, it's, yeah. That's an essential part of a wedding and or marriage and or engagement.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was weird. It just seemed really arbitrary, that one.
But good news, y'all. Onyeka is Bachelor Strongest Woman.
Oh, no.
Okay, she was way low-key this episode.
Except for...
Like, she was a normal person, right?
Right off the bat, she ran off the bus and, like, jump-tugged him.
That's fine.
And then afterwards, what was his name? Josiah? When he won that award, I forget what, for basketball or something. No, it wasn't basketball. But like he put drinks in his
Josiah.
his goblet thingy, and then like was like drinking out of it, like he's being real obnoxious. At least she wasn't as obnoxious with it, but
what'd she do?
In the very beginning, she was still like flaunting it and stuff like that.
That was different because like in the moment she was excited.
At the night.
Oh really? Oh, I missed that.
She was flaunting it off a little bit still.
Okay.
Not like as much as Josiah was, but she was doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that, so I missed that.
Yeah.
I missed that. Okay. Okay. After party?
She was better than she was the previous week.
Yeah.
Because there was some real drama between her and
Sydney,
and either Nina or Catherine. One of those two. Catherine, because
like the whole like theater date that they did.
No, the very first night.
Oh, the very first night. Okay, so 2 weeks ago.
That and then and the theater thing too. About, like saying someone yelled at me for the first time.
Yeah, whatever that was.
Yeah. Yes.
After party.
And you have to get some cake.
Yeah, when you have to get some cake, he has a conversation with Nicole about strong women.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think she like talked about her grandmother leaving Cuba, which I'm sure was like a really difficult decision. If you've watched deleted scenes, we get a similar thing from like Nina about leaving Croatia, about her mom having to leave Croatia and her dad wanting to stay behind. And there's a lot of, I don't know, really interesting stories about the women, I think.
Yeah.
So
far from cookie cutter American life.
Which I'm glad that they're giving they're putting interesting women on the show to balance out.
Yeah, even like
Colton's white breadness.
Even Demi's mom is
being in jail.
Like that's not normal. But like it is. But a lot of people's moms are in jail.
Yeah, maybe not for embezzlement, but yeah, they're in jail.
Yeah.
He tells Cassie that she's awkward, which was news to her. She was like, "Oh,
you're like quirky and awkward.
Not too awkward." These things that we think we know about people, or that we think people know about themselves. Like I have a friend, and I said something about her being crazy to her because I thought she knew, and she was like, "You think I'm crazy?" I was like, "Oh fuck, crazy people don't know they're crazy." Right? Like, God damn it. And I was like, yeah, you are. She's like, what do you mean? And so,
uh-oh. This is how Kelly got into her first fight.
And this is the story of my first fight. Yeah. No, we came up with a better word. Quixotic.
Okay.
That's how I learned the word quixotic.
Mm-hmm.
It basically means weird.
Okay.
Yep.
different from weird, at least.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different from crazy.
Sure.
Yes. So
him and Cassie look really good together. I mean,
they're cute. They're cute, but they're not long term.
Okay, I guess that's true because I don't know. He at least is enjoying. He has a spark with her. At least. I mean, you can't say that Becca and him didn't have a spark. It didn't mean that it was going to be forever kind of thing, but like they at least enjoy each other's company, whether it's just physical or any more than that.
I see Cassie being final 6. I don't see her going to fantasy suites.
Okay. I wouldn't say final 4 spark yet because we don't really know her yet. We finally actually saw a little bit more of her. Which
is why I think, I mean, again, we can go back to Matt and Adam and Rachel season, but I'm going to say in general, we have an idea of mostly how people feel about people. For some reason, they really didn't want us to know about Lauren B in Ari's season. Like, they didn't want us to know that she was
nowhere.
And she just, like, she kept moving on every week. We're like, who the fuck is this chick?
Yeah, she doesn't say anything. She's real quiet. Yeah. I mean, she's probably just nice, you know?
Yeah. But I just feel like Cassie's not getting a lot of airtime, so I don't know. I don't know what the thing is. Oh, and then there's this whole thing with, like, Caitlyn. Caitlyn and Colton, and she just didn't have a sad story to tell him.
No.
That's really all it was.
I mean, it also sucks because maybe... because she was in the group that got sent home with the summer camp party thingy, which sucks because maybe she then could have established herself as, I don't know, something else than like suddenly being put on the spot about this thing. Because like maybe this week he's kind of like, all right, now I got to really start building these relationships. Whereas like before, maybe he was still just having fun.
Yeah. So like maybe, last week could have been completely different.
Could have been a lot less.
Only week 2.
A lot less stress.
But
she
ladies and gentlemen, if you're
needed something to talk about,
if you're going to go on The Bachelor, have your tragic story ready. Have your sad sob story ready. That's what you have to do. You have to.
Sad sob?
You have to have at least one.
I don't know.
At least one. You really should have 2 or 3.
I've had a pretty easy life.
You can't have led an easy life, babe. You can't. You're never going to survive in this world.
Never?
Never! You gotta come up with your sob story.
Fine.
I mean, it can just be like a thing that's actually not a sob story. That's just like the way life goes, like your grandparent dying. Mm-hmm. Like grandparents die. All of them. Every single one. All the time. Every day.
Right now?
It's not a special thing that happens. But in the moment that happens to you, it feels really unique. And you can share that moment. But like you gotta have something, dude.
Yeah.
You can't have an easy life on this show. And that's why she got sent home because she didn't have a story to tell.
I mean, she also, I don't know, it seemed like she was holding back something.
I don't know.
It might have been just like, you know, maybe she was waiting to talk about it and it was just the wrong time.
No, I think when she said, so she's the one that said the thing like, I don't really have anything that I want to tell you about right now. I think that it was just like, words coming out. I think the meaning was, I don't have any stories to tell you.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah.
And okay, here's where I am with Colton sending her home in that moment.
Yeah.
On the one hand, I commend him for doing the hard thing. Like, that was the more difficult thing to do.
It definitely was. He could have waited.
Which is what you and I said. We would have waited until the rose ceremony, because that's just way easier to do. You're just like, all right, well, okay, I'm going to give the other women a chance to, like, talk now. It was nice chatting with you. Hug. Leave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Like, that would be the easy thing to do. Mm-hmm. But he knew in that exact moment.
Yeah.
There's no way she is going to get a rose. Mm-hmm. 0 chance.
Yeah.
And so really, if you think that a person's time is important mm-hmm. and you don't want to string them along, then that would be the time to send them home, was right then and there.
Yeah. Which was like...
But I don't think she appreciated it.
It was what was really good about Nick, Vile, and Rachel, because they sent people home when they just weren't feeling it. They couldn't hide when they didn't feel it.
Yeah.
And
in the moment that they decided.
They knew it wasn't good. Yes, they had decided. They're like, what's going on in their head at that moment is, how do I do this?
Yeah.
And how Colton do it is not very good.
I think he did okay.
I didn't think he did very well. It was...
What are your criticisms?
I didn't write exactly what he said.
That's interesting. You have these criticisms but no evidence to back it up.
But I don't know. However he did it, it seemed very... he knew what he wanted. He knew a way to say it to get across his point, but he couldn't figure out a better way of saying it. And so he just like said what he thought, and it didn't sound very good. It didn't sound very nice.
I think that legitimately he was not prepared for that moment.
Yes, and he said, gonna move in a different direction. And that's what you say when you're denying somebody a job.
Oh my God, he's Lisa.
Oh yeah.
Our friend Lisa said that to someone once.
Was it direction? I think that's what he said.
She
I know
said
she said that. Did
she wanted
Colton
to move in a
say
different direction? I don't remember Colton saying that. I think you might be mixing up him and Lisa.
I might be mixing up real life and kind of real life.
I don't think he said that. I would be interested to find out if he did or not, but I don't remember that. Because I think I would have laughed.
Okay, I don't know.
But I might have also been writing notes at the time and missed it. But either way, I don't know. I commend him for doing the hard thing. But the problem that I think this is more of a thing that the men do than the women. Mm-hmm. But the men try to then still be affectionate with the women, like hold their hand or put their arm around them.
Yeah.
When they're walking them out.
Yeah.
And Caitlin was like, I don't want to hold your hand right now, Colton. And it's like, well, fuck no, she doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
You just goddamn broke up with her. No, she doesn't want to touch you.
Yeah, and then like he went to put his arm around her waist.
Yes. And then he put up his hand on her lower back, and it's like, don't fucking touch her.
Yeah.
She just said no.
It's so weird.
Oh my God.
It's not gonna make her feel better.
No. But then the following day, the ladies are all nervous because they just saw someone get sent home during the middle of a date.
Suddenly, it's starting to become real.
Yeah. It's the big leagues now. Mm-hmm. And then, to make matters worse, Chris Harrison comes in and says, there will be no cocktail party tonight. Mm-hmm. Colton's made up his mind.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, gasp, panic.
Yeah. He wants to do a pool party.
Oh, thank God. I can show off my stomach.
Mm-hmm. All the belly buttons. All of my
belly buttons everywhere.
Yeah.
As far as the eye can see.
So I feel like it's just the rose ceremony, except for just in a different setting. It's during the day, and women are wearing a lot less clothes.
Yeah, so it's basically a cocktail party. There's really no difference, right? Because it's still like everyone wants to convince him to keep them around.
Yeah.
Right? But I think it's just meant to like not be as stressful.
Right.
I think. And then he does get to see their bodies more, which is probably a pro for him, you know?
Yeah, that's an important part of the decisions.
Sure. You want to see what it looks like at its best, you know?
That, and you want to make sure, they're not hiding anything.
Like tattoos?
I don't know.
2 belly buttons?
Or like, I don't know, stuffing the bra or something.
You can still stuff.
Sure.
With a bathing suit.
But it's harder.
I've never needed to personally, but you can. Because like bathing suits, there's like different types of like extra push-up or padding or whatever. You still could create some illusions.
Okay.
Okay, so there's more stuff with like Kaylin and Hannah.
Mm-hmm. Demi
and
says,
this is where
take
like
off your shirt.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't write anything about Demi about this section. Do you have things you want to say?
And then she touched him.
And she like rubs oil down on him, right?
Yeah.
I would hope it's sunscreen, but I said oil, so we'll see.
Olive oil. Crisco. Yes.
Hannah B has started to unravel. Mm-hmm. She is now what I'm going to refer to as Hurricane Hannah because she has lost her goddamn mind.
What category storm is she?
I don't know the categories.
Category 4.
But she is the 8th storm of the year, because the storms go in alphabetical order.
Okay.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 8.
Good job.
I got it right. It's because I know J is 10. That's it. And then I counted backwards.
Is that what they do?
Yeah. Oh. Every storm, and it alternates between male and female names.
Weird. Mm-hmm. Of the year?
Of the year. Well, and then like they start over again if there's more than 26 storms. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so basically this whole part was just Hannah B and Caitlin.
She has a beast inside of her. Her rage tank is full or something.
I don't know. It's so weird.
I don't know.
Because it was itself spliced together.
That's true.
Very poorly.
Yeah. Okay, so but Caitlin in week 2, okay, what we saw as week 2, we never know how weeks are put together, but what we saw as week 2 was Caitlin saying to someone, I think it was at the mansion still, that when she was friends with Hannah, it was like she suddenly became a different person. And it was like a switch flipped. And she thinks it's going to flip again soon.
It's weird.
And then now it is.
I guess. That's what they're making it seem like at least.
Yeah. She did that roar thing on her own. That was all her.
Maybe someone made her do it.
They said roar like a lion?
Yeah.
Who does that?
She did it.
She at least obliged, if nothing else.
Yeah. She did it much differently than normal people would. She did a very long time. Long roar. Nobody does long roars.
Nobody. We do roar.
Roar.
That was long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, she already is an insecure person. Caitlin's making her feel more insecure, but I don't know at what point, it just becomes like not even close to normal behavior anymore. And I would think roaring is part of it.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Hannah B, I don't know.
And then they just put Colton in the middle of all this. Mm-hmm. And it's like he tries to talk to Hannah B and he tries to talk to Kaylin, and it's just.
And you know that he didn't really want to do it.
He didn't.
I wouldn't have wanted to do it. But they made him do it because it was drama. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And just basically both women are telling him that the other one is fake. And why I'm inclined to believe that that Kaylin is being more genuine, is we have not actually heard her say negative things about Hannah.
Well, she did say some negative things. I don't remember.
Well, she said the thing about the switch being flipped.
Yeah.
So far, what we've heard is her saying things like, she handles stress differently than I do. At some point, it just seemed like she was a different person. What we're hearing from Hannah B is she's fake, she's deceitful, she's all these things. And we hear Colton saying that Kaylin said Hannah B is manipulative and deceptive and whatever. Mm-hmm. But then Colton says, I just don't know who to believe. And Hannah says, just freaking trust me. Mm-hmm. And that's not a compelling argument to me.
Yeah.
It makes me not want to believe you.
I think that's when he got up and was just like, okay, we'll just talk about this later.
Yeah.
Because he was just real done. He actually went into, I don't know. Not
the production tent or something.
Or that area, at least of the, were they at the
mansion?
Were they at the
They're
mansion?
still at the bachelor mansion.
Yeah. So he hid away for a little bit because he was real fucking done with that stuff.
And they bring in famous therapist Chris Harrison to talk to Colton for a little bit.
Got him to, does this affect any of your decisions tonight?
And he says, yeah, I like both of them. But it also doesn't, it could affect a decision, but Kaylin already has a rose. She got a rose on the first group date.
Yeah.
So that's an important factor, is that Kaylin's not going home unless he makes the decision to take it away from her, which is a huge decision to make.
Yeah.
Those are sacred.
Also, just ask Tracy. Yeah. And like, I don't know. I feel like they were really like Hannah B went on the first date and it didn't go well.
No, but he still liked her.
Liked her enough to keep her around, but I don't know enough to like continue to keep her around. But obviously, yes.
I had her in my final 4 last week, and we decided we had to lock it in this week.
Oh.
And I'm taking her out.
Yeah, I'm taking her out too.
But we'll revisit those in a moment. Let's get to wrap up this episode.
Yeah.
So an important thing is Katie says that half of the women didn't get the chance to talk to Colton at the party because Hannah B and Kaylin consumed all of his time.
Yeah, that sucks.
Women who didn't have a date this week were Hannah G and Bree. And I don't know what Bree did to piss off the producers, but she has not been getting airtime either.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even like show the part where she confessed about her accent not being real.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. And then listening to Two Black Girls, One Rose, they did not ever recap what Bree's story was either. So either she wasn't actually on the date and I was wrong, or they didn't show her story. Mm-hmm. So I really think they're leaving Bree out of things. 'Cause I don't know why I'd write down her name that she was on the date if she wasn't.
I mean, if there wasn't any other time to fill besides this Hannah B and Kaylin drama, they may have just left her out.
I know. I mean, 2 weeks ago.
Oh.
For like the Nick Offerman, Megan Malawi, like first story, we tell you first.
Yeah.
Neither of us were doing anything for Bree. Two Black Girls didn't talk about Bree. I don't think they ever said her story.
That sucks.
Yeah, so they've been leaving her out, and I don't know what she did wrong.
Yeah, I'm sure she did something wrong.
Probably. Okay, rose ceremony. Mm-hmm. So going into the rose ceremony, Elise had a rose from her one-on-one. Mm-hmm. Kaylin had the rose from the first group date.
And Nicole.
And then Nicole had it from the second group date. So those 3 were safe. So Tasia, Hannah G. Hannah G did not have a date this week, but Colton talked to her and he said the reason is because he knew that they were good. Yeah. Like he didn't have any questions about her. Mm-hmm. So that also continues my belief that she's going to win.
Okay.
So Hannah G, Tasia, Katie, Cassie, Kirpa, Sydney. Kirpa, still in it.
Sydney,
Demi, Tracy, Courtney, Heather, Onyeka, and Hannah B. all still are all going on to the next week. Going home is Bree, Catherine, and Nina.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They weren't getting airtime after night 1. Nobody cared about Catherine anymore. Yeah. So
Catherine, I think,
hope she got her dog back.
Hopefully. And it seemed like she looks a lot younger than she does in the biopic.
You think so?
And then
I disagree.
Sometimes she looks older, sometimes she looks younger. Never 26.
Never.
But sometimes maybe upper 20s. Sometimes.
I haven't seen that yet.
That's okay.
So after receiving a rose, Hannah B just goes to cry about how much she hates Kaylin.
She just hates her.
She just hates her. She hates her so much.
Was that it?
That's it. You want to look at our final 4?
Okay.
So my final 4... I'm going to lock this in. It's going to be my final 4 for real. Hannah G, I predict, will also be the winner.
Okay.
Kaylin. Katie. Is
Katie? Katie.
I think I just had an aneurysm. Katie and Elise.
Okay.
Last week, you said Demi, Hannah G, Cassie, and Tasia.
I'm not going to say Tasia anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm still going to say Cassie.
Okay.
Final 4?
Hometowns.
Hometown.
Whose house do you think he will visit? Whose parents will he ask for their daughter's hand in marriage?
Oh my god. Hannah G.
Okay.
Man, none of these are very good. Okay, who had the roses? Nicole, Kaylin, and
Elise.
Elise. I think Elise. Elise?
You think Elise?
Yeah.
So Demi, Hannah G, Cassie, and Elise?
Wait, what? And I only gave you 3. Or
so you said Demi last week. I was just carrying her over. No more Demi?
I don't know. If I put Katie, would we have the exact same 4?
No, because I have Kayla and you have Cassie.
Ooh. Kaylin's gonna go pretty far, actually. Shit. What? That's it.
You're going to do Katie?
Yeah, I'm gonna do Katie.
Katie, Hannah G, Cassie, and Elise.
Katie, Hannah G, Elise, and Cassie. Wait, did I say Cassie twice?
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. All right. Locked in.
Locked in.
It is recorded. It is done.
It's on the record. Not yet.
It will be on the record.
I can still change it.
No. It is recorded. It is on the record. You want me to change the record? You want me to falsify official documents?
Official?
Official. What is it not official if I have an official iTunes RSS feed or whatever it is?
Still official.
Yeah.
Show me the papers.
Yeah.
Show me
The papers. Let me log into my
papers.
iTunes account.
Show me the papers.
It'll show you
Okay.
our official
Okay.
certificates.
Certificates?
Our certificates.
Certificates?
Our iTunes certificates of officiality.
Mm-hmm. So certified.
Okay. Do you think the 2-on-1 will be next week?
No.
Yeah. I think.
I'm going to wait another week.
So next week, okay. The preview show that they are breaking tradition. I don't know how far. We've only been watching since next season. But that they are going straight from LA to Singapore. They're skipping their US destination.
Yeah. That's so weird.
Yeah, and expensive. I think they're spending more money on this one because they're like, Colton's boring as fuck. Let's go to Asia.
But what about Nick, though?
Nick was all right. I don't think he's boring. He had been the villain. That was the reason people hated him. Because he was the villain in his first season. And then his second season, he came in fucking week 4. It's not a great way to not be the villain anymore.
Yeah. But he only got like Bahama trips. They didn't get to go to like Asia or anything or Europe. And Rachel went to Europe
but they went to Finland twice.
They did. So weird.
They're like, well, now that we're in Finland, we should go back to New York so we can eliminate Corinne and then let's go back to Finland.
Her visa is expired. We got to go back. We got to export her. We got to import her back in.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, rate, review, and subscribe.
Please. And our Twitter is Roses in Thorns Pod. That's the word roses, the letter N, the word thorns, and pod. And that's our Twitter, and that's the only form of social media that we have for this podcast. Deal with it.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.